Ziwaki. A very good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight on BeeTv Majorneys at 6, reaching you live from Benin City, the Edo State capital, Nigeria. My name is Gift Uwagboy. And now to the news in details. The Edo State Governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, has reaffirmed the commitment of his administration to build a society of peace and security and to ensure unity prevails in the state. Governor Okpebholo made the remark when he met with members of the Nigeria Legion, ex-servicemen, families of the fallen heroes of the Nigeria Armed Forces, security personnel, government functionaries at the Festival Hall, Government House, Benin City. BeeTv News Osarogi Agwabo reports that Governor Okpebholo also launched this year's emblem with a sum of 10 million naira. The report is presented by Best Orator.
Receiving members of the Nigerian Legion, ex-servicemen, families of fallen heroes of the Nigerian Armed Forces, security personnel, government functionaries at the Festival Hall, Government House in Benin City, Governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo said the Armed Forces Remembrance Day is a time to reflect on the sacrifices made by gallant men and women who through courage and selflessness stood as a defensive wall for the country's unity. Governor Okpebholo, who was represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Barrister Musa Ikilo, reaffirmed the government's commitment to building a society where peace, security, and unity prevail. A society worthy of the sacrifices made by armed forces, and re-emphasized the need for all to work together in unity beyond diversity, differences of tribes, tongues, and religion to come together and build a nation of brotherhood.
Today we gather in solidarity, honor, and deep gratitude to launch the emblem for the Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration. This emblem symbolizes more than just a tradition. It represents our collective resolve to remember, respect, and support the men and women who have paid the ultimate price for our nation's peace and security. Armed Forces Remembrance Day is a time to reflect on the sacrifices made by our gallant servicemen and women who through courage and selflessness stood as the defensive wall of our national unity. It is also a moment to honor our veterans who continue to inspire us with their dedication and resilience.
Governor Okpebholo added that the state government is launching this year's emblem with a sum of 10 million naira, as the governor urged all to wear the emblem with pride and participate actively in the remaining activities coming up on the 15th of January 2025. He said the appeal made was to integrate active members of the Legion into the security architecture of the state, noting that security is everyone's business and a collective concern, as the Nigerian Legion have a key role to play.
As we embark on this year's remembrance activities, I urge all citizens to support this noble cause wholeheartedly. Your contributions, be it financial, moral, or symbolic, goes a long way in providing care, rehabilitation, an empowerment for those who have served and for the families of the fallen. It is in this light that we would like to express as a government that the Edo State government will look into the request presented by the chairman of the Nigerian Legion, Edo State. Some of the requests are requests that we believe that His Excellency the Executive Governor, Senator Monday Okpewolo, we act upon expeditiously when presented. Definitely in this time and age, for an organization that represents something this very deep and symbolic to us, 25,000 naira for overhead cost is quite embarrassing. And I believe that if that request is presented formally, His Excellency will review it upwards quite drastically.
On his part, Edo State Chairman of the Nigerian Legion, Mr. Ignatius Inabulele, said the bravery and gallantry of the Nigerian Armed Forces is commendable as the acts and actions have kept the nation in unity.
The brave men and officers we have come to honor here today to launch the remembrance emblem, lay down their lives to safeguard the territory of our nation. They voluntarily signed to serve, knowing fully well of the bitter consequence of paying the supreme price. In the words of late American Chief of Staff General Randy A. George, the World War's second veterans, it is better to fight, I quote, it is better to fight for something than to live for something. We have come here to thank them, to assure that the sacrifice they made remain eternally appreciated and valued.
Governor Monday Okpewolo promised to continue to support the armed forces in recognition of the immense sacrifices they are making for the nation. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
There was pandemonium at Enyakatu Market on Thursday when the bodies of two cattle rearers who were killed by yet-to-be-identified persons were brought to the market. The situation throws the traders into mourning. Our senior reporter, Best Orator, completes the report.
There was an uneasy calm at Enyan Cattle Market in Wunde local government area of Edo State as the bodies of two cattle rearers who were allegedly murdered by yet-to-be-identified persons were brought to the market. The leaders of Enyan Cattle Market are calling on well-meaning citizens of Edo State, the state government and security agencies to investigate the alleged killing of two of their cattle rearers at Ohiri community. Speaking with BeeTv News, chairman of Enyan Cattle Market Dealers Association, Alhaji Idris Adanu, said they received a phone call from their boys in Ohiri community at about 9 p.m. on Wednesday that two of their boys who took their cows for grazing were yet to return. He said upon serious search on Thursday, they discovered their lifeless body in the bush in Ohiri community along the Bini Abraka Road.
Yesterday around 9 for night, hear the information. Our boys were the bush call us, say some boys carry cow come out as we not return back for the camp. I said, okay, no problem. Make it daybreak. He can enter bush, make it fine. The daybreak enter the bush. For that can around 12:30, he call us. He said, see the people dead for the ground. Shoot but gone. Two of them. And the shoot cow. One cow, see I carry the meat around away.
They also called on the Edo State Governor, Senator Monday Okpewolo, as the Chief Security Officer of the state to intervene in the matter and ensure that their lives and property are secured and bring those involved to book. The Edo State Police Command is yet to issue a statement on the matter. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
Meanwhile, the reckless parking of vehicles by commercial bus drivers along the forestry road has placed difficulty in the free flow of traffic in the area. BeeTv News Freeman Osawe reports that commercial transporters park their vehicle on the roadside, making it difficult for vehicles to go through smoothly. The report.
Edo State Public Safety Response Team, the agency saddled with the responsibility of clearing up public spaces, have made significant impact in clearing up public spaces. However, the story at Forestry Road seems to be different as commercial bus drivers engage in parking their vehicles along the road, making it difficult for free vehicular movement. These buses are parked at the section of the road, discharging passengers as well. Speaking with BeeTv News, some respondents said the agency set up by the state government to clear up this indiscriminate parking are still doing their best in ensuring all areas are cleared up. They added that the bus drivers are also difficult as they easily flout orders and that the government should do more to ensure total compliance.
You talk to them, tell them the right thing, they will not obey. So they will encounter great difficulties unless they start dealing with them by taking them to court, then make them to pay heavy fine, or sentence them to a month or 2 months imprisonment. They will not refrain from it.
In a way, maybe other to create a way whereby people can now merge with them or join them to make the city clean and to devoid of this indiscriminate parking, including for the road users and all that, so that there will be free flow.
So it's just to, friendly and calmly speak to people, especially bus drivers, and again, build something like bus terminal for them. I believe that's just the best way. That bus terminal is wide enough to accommodate all the buses. Then I believe they should be fine. I think without fine, things are hard and difficult. So without fine, if you think of how to pay, you do the right thing.
As this time goes on, it is expected that there will be total compliance of orderliness in the area. Freeman Usawe reporting for BeeTv News.
Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf has dismissed the Secretary to the State Government, Abdullahi Bichi, and his Chief of Staff, Shehu Shagagi, as part of a major cabinet reshuffle. The announcement was made by the governor's spokesperson, Sanisu Bature, during a press briefing at the Kano State Government House. Mr. Bature revealed that 5 commissioners were also affected in the reshuffle. They include the commissioners for finance, special duties, information and internal affairs, and rural and community development.
The state government, Dr. Abdullahi Bafabichi, and the Chief of Staff, Alaji Shehu Wada Sagagi, and 5 other commissioners, which include the Commissioner of Finance, the Commissioner of Special Duties, the Commissioner of Culture and Tourism, the Commissioner of Information and Internal Affairs, and the Commissioner for Rural and Community Development. A host of other commissioners are reassigned to various ministries, and others are retained in their respective positions. This decision of His Excellency, the Governor of Kano State, is for bringing optimum performance into the cabinet.
President Bola Tinubu is expected to present the 2025 appropriation bill before a joint session of the National Assembly next Tuesday. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, announced this at the close of plenary through a letter addressed to the National Assembly and read on the floor of the chamber. The report. Today's business began with a point of order raised by Senator Osita Ungu, the Senate's minority whip. He addressed the Senate's invitation to Julius Berger, a construction company, awarded a contract to reconstruct the Calabar-Odukpani highway, which they had disobeyed. The Senate agreed by what it believes is a blunt disregard of its legislative authority, particularly by members of the executive arm of government in similar cases, issued a warrant of arrest against the contractors. This move is aimed to send a strong signal to other defaulters.
Alarming discrepancies in performance among contractors on these projects, with specific reference to Julius Berger for failing to meet delivery timelines.
The resolutions passed by this Senate was that the Senate Committee on Works invites the 3 contractors Even some of our ministers are not answerable to the committees, and they will insult our chairman, and they will insult people working in the Senate.
And we should immediately take the next step of issuing a warrant of arrest to compel the managing director of JB to appear before the Senate committee. And then you fix a date. Those in support of this say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
In another development, the Senate has established an ad hoc committee chaired by the Deputy President of the Senate, Jibrin Barra, to investigate the demolition of structures within the Federal Capital Territory authorized by the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike. The Senate's attention was drawn to this matter by a motion moved by the FCT lawmaker, Ireti Kingibe, supported by Natasha Akpoti, the lawmaker representing Kogi Central.
Demolition exercise in the FCT is no longer based on reasons adduced by the FCT administration that necessitated the demolition. Further concerned that the current demolition in the FCT is not in line with due process of court orders.
If somebody building on a drainage channel and the court has ordered that such property should be demolished, you can't come by resolution of the Senate and say don't obey the court. The court has its own duties to do. The minister must obey the court order.
The President of the Senate concluded the day's proceeding with a high anticipated announcement from the executive arm of government regarding President Tinubu's 2025 budget proposal. Gifts Uwagbo reporting for BeeTv News.
In a bid to ensure secured environment during and after the Yellowtide festivities, the Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun has directed immediate deployment of adequate personnel to strategic locations, key areas, and identified hotspots across all states. He said the initiative is aimed at curbing traffic, highway robberies, and other criminal activities during this period of increased mobility, public gatherings, and celebrations. In a statement by the Force Public Relations Officer Olumuyiwa Adejobi, the IGP assured Nigerians of emplacement of intensive security measures to ensure the safety and protection of lives and property. Meanwhile, police operatives attached to the Lagos Command has arrested 4 suspected members of a robbery syndicate operating around the coastal axis in the state. Similarly, police operatives in Anambra State also arrested a suspected armed robber identified as Miracle at Oka. As the 2024 Regional Convention of Jehovah's Witnesses gradually comes to an end, the need for Christians to imitate biblical examples of men and women who demonstrated faith and courage even in the face of challenges has been stressed. These form part of the various talks by speakers at the Benin City Assembly Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses, captured by Best Orator. The report. The morning session program of the 3-day Regional Convention of Jehovah's Witnesses featured 6 speakers that highlighted the importance of imitating those who had faith in the good news, such as Zechariah, Elizabeth, Mary, Joseph, Simeon and Anna, and Jesus Christ. Oyeka Amos, who spoke about Prophet Zechariah, said Christians should learn not to doubt God's promises, saying that although Zechariah had doubted the possibility of becoming a father at old age when he was informed by the angel that his wife Elizabeth would become pregnant, he however accepted correction and named the young child John as instructed by the angel and also continued his service to Jehovah. Emigaro Saze said Christian women should copy the perseverance and endurance exhibited by Elizabeth, saying that despite all the challenges and humiliation she faced, she kept on trusting in Jehovah to have a child, and at last she received Jehovah's blessings and gave birth to a son, John, even at her old age because of her strong faith in Jehovah. Emeka Okonkwo, whose talk centered on Mary, said Mary was given a task in what appeared to be a difficult assignment to give birth to God's special son, even when Mary was a virgin. He said rather than rejecting the assignment, Mary trusted in Jehovah completely to carry out the assignment. Okonkwo said Mary remembered all of Jehovah's promises because she was someone who devoted her time in reading and thinking deep about Jehovah's prophecies and expressed the hope that Jehovah will help her give birth and care for Jesus.
Bible let us see say Zachariah, if they do in priest work, he dey use all in heart they do am. He know they do am like say they enjoy am. He dey really enjoy am. Now he make he even go temple go do the work before the angel appear to am. Zachariah they accept advice, he accept correction.
The Bible tells us Elizabeth and her husband Zechariah they do wetin Jehovah God love well. In fact, the way they describe am for Luke chapter 1 verse 6, it talks say two of them they did righteous for Jehovah eye. Because she get faith and get patient, Jehovah God answer her prayer and he really bless Elizabeth. He bless Elizabeth so say he give her better pikin wey people can know as John the Baptist.
The angel from heaven, the message wey this angel bring for Mary will change her life forever. What did he tell her? He greet her for the way we no expect. I greet you, you wey God don favor well. What did he tell her again? He say Holy Spirit will cover you and you will born pikin. His name will be Jesus, the Son of the Most High.
Benjamin Adarebalo spoke about Joseph as a God-fearing man who, although was poor, had the honor of being the earthly father of Jesus Christ. He noted that Joseph was a good husband and father who cared for his family, leaving a fine example for fathers and husbands to imitate.
Bible tell us that Joseph now person wey fear God well. We learn say Joseph sabi treat women for the correct way. We know this one for the way he cared for Mary in a very good way. If you recall the video we watch, we notice say before Joseph married Mary, because he said Mary not already get there. If you know the big sister, you can't get to know say he don't they meet another man or he don't carry belle. How you go see that thing? How you go dress well? Yes, sir. But for Joseph, you know Parayan, you know vex when they make heaven fall. He take things easy.
Michael Gogonu, who quoted from the book of Luke chapter 1 verse 21 and 22, said Simon and Anna were described as faithful worshippers of Jehovah. He said even though Prophet Anna had lost her husband after just 7 years of marriage, she was never missing from the temple where she regularly worshipped Jehovah. And it was because Simeon and Anna were never missing from the temple, they had the opportunity to see Jesus after his birth and encourage Christians to put Jehovah first in their lives. The last speaker in the 6-part symposium, Anyanwu Chukwu, said Jesus is the best example of those who have and still demonstrating faith in Jehovah. He said it was faith that moved Jesus to leave the heaven to come to earth and die for the sins of humans. He explained that even at age 12, Jesus was in the temple and used strong heart to defend Bible truth, adding that the faith of Jesus was not as a result of being a perfect person, because Adam and Eve, even devil and the demons, were at a time perfect creation before they rebelled against Jehovah, but Jesus chose to obey Jehovah by his faith and encourage young ones to learn and know Bible truths.
But Bible tells us say she dey always come meeting for the temple. Maybe she dey come from morning service until evening service. Just like many of our elderly brothers and sisters when we say that they struggle with their health. Some they use walking stick. Some of una wey sit down here, now people they hold una the waka, but still una dey this convention from Friday, from morning till we close. Una not tired. Una well done.
Best example of person wey get faith, both for the video wey we watch and for the entire human history. Make we listen to this talk, make we see. The best example of person wey get faith. This na because Jesus don dey show faith for a long time, even before he come this earth. Now faith make him accept the assignment to come this earth, leave all the privilege wey he enjoy for heaven, come become that pikin when Genesis 3 verse 15 talk say Satan go wound for leg.
The public discourse, Why Don't We Fear Bad News, delivered by Efanga Ekemini, said true followers of Jesus Christ are already aware of the Bible prophecy written about 2,000 years ago that in the last days, bad news will abound. He said although the saying of the word has instilled fear in the minds of many people in the world today, servants of Jehovah are not terrified because they know that Bible prophecy is undergoing fulfillment. Reading from Luke chapter 21 verse 9, he said Jesus encouraged his disciples not to be afraid.
We, Jehovah people, now how we suppose to react when we hear bad news? Jesus, then be second in command after Jehovah. And we don't say anything when Jesus Christ talk, now waiting Jehovah God don't plan say make him talk. So in other words, if we don't say, now Jehovah, the Almighty God, the God we get power pass for the whole world, the whole universe, then they say, make we no fear.
The gains of the Jehovah's Witnesses Convention, no doubt, are enormous. Some of the worshippers shared their experiences with us.
The example of Mary, the kind faith we get for Jehovah and believe Jehovah, we come make and put all in mind for Jehovah, say all the promise we promise her, he go through happen and so it happen to her. Now that kind of faith, now I want to see get.
I really learned many things for this convention, but the one way really make me the happy is that Jehovah don't look and say, in our God will be say no they do pasha. Now he make and see where Jesus Christ can come. Mary will be say he born Jesus Christ. Now person will be say, not bole want be the virgin for that place. And Jehovah choose them because of the good heart.
I learned from the example of Anna. The way when be say Anna, despite the condition when he meet for life. And the Bible tell us in only 7 years, now he stay with your husband. And now he don't dey for 84 years. Meaning Anna don't be widow for many years. That one for make Anna not continue to serve Jehovah. But Anna not stop to serve Jehovah. He continue to dey go temple day and night.
I don't see say in no get situation where we say want to give excuse like Mary. She waka for hills even though it's not easy and now with belle. So me I don't get any excuse to give say I no reach out for the good news.
For this convention I don't really see and say I don't really get excuse to say I no go preach. And I don't see better example when it be say I feel copy to improve on my preaching work.
For this convention I don't learn from Elizabeth. Even if Elizabeth old and he get belle, he still Mary young and he still get belle. And also, Mary get belle for person wey go save us, name be Jesus Christ. You no look down on Mary, say, you too small to get this belle for person wey go save us. But you use the mouth, encourage Mary. Me too, I want to learn from Elizabeth. Encourage people with my mouth, not they tear them down with everything I get from mouth.
Wetin make me happy well because my pikin join among the people wey baptized for this 3 days convention. They make me dey happy. I can also learn from Apostle Paul wey talk say he dey happy to dey see his children dey progress spiritually. So I also really appreciate our faithful and disciplined slave wey be say then they follow wetin Jehovah talk through the Bible till they teach us. I'm so very happy, me and my children.
This convention sweets me no be small. One thing wey I really like for this convention now how they use drama, different drama, they help me understand and appreciate more. Say Jesus birth now really good news. The entire convention don't help me see say I need to love Jehovah more as I love him before.
I learned from Psalm 112 say we need to hold Jehovah tight. For this world when we do so, now Jehovah will go hold tight. Nobody else, because now be the only hope when we get.
In short, this convention don't really make me happy well, and I don't really learn well. Because the videos when we see they just they show as the convention just they go, they really make the truth they enter my body well. They really they make me they see the Bible message. They just they make and they clear more and more.
In imitation of Zechariah, Elizabeth, Mary, Joseph, Simeon, Anna, and Jesus Christ, who were quick to obey Jehovah despite their circumstances, Christians have been advised to follow the course of obedience and have faith to maintain their relationship with Jehovah. They've also been told not to allow the daily problems and challenges in this world that will soon come to an end to stop them from obeying and serving Jehovah. Because in the end, Jehovah will reward faithful humans in the future. From Benin, Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
Meanwhile, this season to many is a season of giving gifts, and many Nigerians are using this opportunity to show love by gifting family, friends, clients, and other gifts. One of the fascinating gifts that most people are presenting now is a beautifully wrapped hamper. BeeTv News' Pelumi Mukoro finds out from sellers the price range of this year's hampers and if there are sales for them at all. The report.
Gift hamper is usually one of the common gift package that many individuals use, as it contains varieties of items that ranges from different sizes and prices. But with the state of the economy presently, one can only hope if people will go for it. Speaking with BeeTv News, some of the sellers of the hampers spoke about the different sizes and their prices, and also talked about how sales have been so far.
The level, the quality of what is inside determines the price. We have the one of 16,000. We have the one of 23,000. We have the one of 50,000. We have the one of 150,000, 130,000, depending the range. The lowest is 16,000. We are trying as much as we can to get 12,000, 10,000. But it was very impossible because of high cost of things. We can't get below 15. That one of 15 is 10,000 last year. And we sold it comfortably. And if you see it, it looks attractive and beautiful. And you like to take it. The one we say 50,000, now we sold it 35,000, even 25 last year. It's few people that really want it. People that see the money, that patronize us without minding the prices. So we still come and go for the higher level, depending, because we are not equal.
We get 70, we get 50, we get 15, we get 25, we get 30, we get 45, macaroni, cabin, chicken, sesame biscuits, cornflakes, and the basket. This is you get pasta, I get granula, I get T50, coconut chips, mayonnaise, ketchup, cornflakes, first street wine, Milo, macaroni. Many things there are there. Set of spoon. One get a steam iron, and different things there.
We have the one of 12,500. These ones are 15,000. This one's 20. Then this 30. This one 45. This one 35. Then this one is 50. That one 40. So each one are the content of the baskets that make what we call the amount. You understand? Now the content of the basket, and they make us call the amount. Like what is inside, we have Hollandia, we have wine, we have chocolate, we have cabin, we have a paste, we have peanut, we have Bonvita, we have biscuits, we have cornflakes, we have custard, we have omo, we have kitchen towel. There are many things inside. Now the content of the basket is what makes the amount. Lowest is 12.5. At least we have puff, we have juicy, we have wine, we have Lipton tea, we have juice. At least poor man can even afford it. Yes.
Gift sharing is what makes the holidays worth it, as it showcases love and appreciation of loved ones, and it also creates a deeper connection between families. Pelumi Mukoro reporting for BeeTv News.
Workers at the Ondo State Internal Revenue Service today staged a protest to demand for an equitable wage system that reflects the value of each employee. The report. These are workers at the Ondo State Internal Revenue Service venting their anger over alleged poor attitude of the management to their welfare. They were armed with placards with various inscriptions to express what they are passing through. They want the state government to address the contrast between the lavish employment of senior executives and the wages of junior staff at the agency. The workers also called for thorough investigation into financial dealings by the management and a comprehensive review of the organization's compensation structure. They also want to be included as beneficiaries of the new minimum wage. Government officials who visited the scene of the protest promised that the state governor will address their grievances.
Individual, that is, and the governor said he gave instruction yesterday that they should not pay them old salary. They should pay them new salary. That is the minimum wage. That is why I got here by 7 o'clock today, seeing them protesting. We don't know what they are protesting for. We asked them, give us your demand. They did not give us any demand. This is a politically motivated protest. We don't know. But as if it's a real protest, they're supposed to have a letter
And we are here to calm them down, to collect their position paper and deliver it to Mr. Governor. And I know that Mr. Governor will surely accede to their request very soon.
Revenue workers urge relevant authorities to take immediate action to address the injustice meted out to them and restore dignity to their workplace. Gifts Uwagbo reporting for BeeTv News. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation has asked the Federal Road Safety Corps to address the issue of along-the-road drivers who cause road crashes in FCT in a bid to search in for passengers. He said this at the end of the 2024 Commercial Strategy Session for the Federal Road Safety Corps High Command held in Abuja. BeeTv News Harmony Agbafo completes the report.
The theme for this meeting is training strategies for a safe festive season. The festive season, with its unique challenges of increased vehicular movement and heightened security risks, needs commitment to prioritizing the life of motorists and commuters. Represented at this event, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation highlights the need to protect the strategic partnership formed by the FRSC, government agencies, private sector stakeholders, and international organizations. These are evidence of the Corps' commitment in improving the safety of our road.
Long the road drivers, you know what I mean. Those are long. Most of them are so impatient that they just sweep to the left, then right, and left again, almost instantaneously, without looking or watching for oncoming vehicles. So many vehicles have crashed in the process of trying to avoid these people that struggle for passengers along the way.
The Corps Marshal, on his part, says the welfare of the Corps has been increased to ensure productivity. He noted that the traffic offences are not criminal offences, and officers should apply emotional intelligence when dealing with traffic offenders.
We also started the process of rebranding the Corps through deliberate improvement on the physical structure. Management is expanding our office accommodation by erecting an annex behind the main structure to cover up with our shortages. This will create more space for office accommodation as well as other recreational purposes. We treat that traffic offense is not a criminal offense. Therefore, interviews with traffic offenders should be approached with requisite emotional intelligence. Patrol operatives should be tutored to be advocates of safety and not terror. Operatives should be mentored to apply strategic retreat in cases of extreme provocations.
This meeting by the FRSC is to enable them view their performance and improve on their productivity. Harmony Agbafo, reporting for BeeTv News.
And now we'll be going on a short break and we'll be right back.
Vacancy, vacancy, vacancy. A digital online TV studio, BeeTv News, with wide range of audience, is currently hiring reliable and experienced operational staff with background knowledge of the following positions: experienced news manager, reporters and casters, film editors and videographers with experience of various editing softwares coupled with creativity. Transmission directors with knowledge of transmitting softwares and studio operations. Drivers with experience and knowledge of road signs. WhatsApp number 0808 585 3792. 0808 585 3792. Signed, Admin Secretary, BeeTv News.
And now to business. The National Pension Commission has said it is working with the federal government to institutionalize a sustainable solution, ensuring retirees receive their benefits promptly and without undue stress. This was reviewed by the Director General Omolola Oloworora at the media conference in Abuja. BeeTv News Dress Ire has details of this and more from the business world.
Omolola Oloworara also said the Commission is projecting to close 2024 with over 22 trillion naira in pension assets. She highlighted the economic challenges of 2024, including high inflation, naira devaluation, and the lingering effect of orthodox monetary policies, which have eroded the real value of pension funds and impacted contributors' purchasing power. According to her, to address these issues, PENCOM has initiated a comprehensive review of its investment regulations, focusing on diversifying pension fund investment into inflation-protected instruments, alternative assets, and foreign currency-dominated investment. Also, in his presentation, the Chief Executive Officer of the Pension Fund Operators Association of Nigeria, PENOP, Uguchi Aguda, noted that innovation in the sector have led to steady growth of pension fund assets, adding that strategic investment will be targeted for the year 2025. The House of Representatives has urged the federal government to revamp the Export Expansion Grant (e.g. Health) being given by the Nigerian Export Promotion Council and EPICC. The call followed the abduction of a motion moved by Rep. Muta Zakiri Chawa at the plenary on Thursday. The lawmaker informed that the EEG scheme administered by the NEPC aimed to support active supporters expanding their international trade through a post-shipment incentive by way of export grant to encourage no-oil export. He said such grants were used by eligible Nigerian companies as government promissory note, tax credit, access to government bonds, etc. Nigerian Bank of Industry assigned a $50 million loan portfolio guarantee framework in a bid to propel Nigeria industrial sector to provide financial and business support services to enterprises. The agreement, which was signed recently at the African Investment Forum in Rabat, Morocco, is backed by African Development Bank Affirmative Finance Action for Women in Africa, AFAWA initiative. The transaction will fix out in 3 tranches over a 10-year period and will significantly scale up BOI lending to small and medium enterprises in Nigeria. The partnership includes a comprehensive risk-sharing mechanism that focuses on supporting MSME, women-owned enterprises, and green businesses to promote environmental sustainability and gender equity. Joyce Erie, reporting for BeeTv News.
And now to the foreign scene, where massive celebrations are underway across Syria, marking the end of 50 years of Assad family rule. Crowds are gathering in Damascus and other cities after Islamist rebels seized control of the capital last Sunday. BeeTv News Global News correspondent Rebecca Goffey tells us more on these and other stories from the foreign scene.
Former Syrian President Bashar al-Assad has fled to Russia with his family, where they have been granted asylum. Rebel leader Ahmed al-Sharaa, also known as Abu Mohammed al-Jolani, has vowed to hold officials accountable for torture and plans to shut down infamous Assad-era prisons, whereas international efforts are accelerating to stabilize Syria. G7 nations meeting virtually today have pledged support for an inclusive, non-sectarian government. Meanwhile, French President Emmanuel Macron has appointed centrist François Bayrou as the new prime minister, aiming to resolve months of political instability. Bayrou, 73, is the leader of the Modem party and a mayor from southwest France. He met with Macron at the Élysée Palace for intense discussion before his appointment. Seen as a consensus builder, his challenge is to avoid the quick exit of his predecessor, Michel Barnier, who was removed by MPs after just 3 months. Macron, midway through his second presidential term, has already named 4 prime ministers this year. And lastly, on Global News, Telugu film star Allu Arjun was arrested and later granted bail following a crowd crush that killed a 39-year-old woman and critically injured her son during the premiere of his film in Hyderabad. The incident occurred when Arjun made a surprise appearance at the theater last week. Police charged the actor, his security team, and the theater management with culpable homicide. The theater owner and 2 staff members were also arrested earlier. Arjun's lawyer argued in court that the actor was not responsible, claiming that the crush occurred on a different floor. Initially, a local court sentenced him to 14 days in custody, but he was granted bail by the High Court hours later. And that's it on the Global News segment for tonight. Thanks very much for watching. I am Rebecca Goffey.
And that's the size of our news package for tonight. Many thanks for joining us. My name is Gift Uwagboy. Have a good night.